people in India didn't even know about Shark Tank,
Right.
and probably जितना भी business के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत सीखा है मैंने Shark Tank से ही सीखा है. And so for me it was a huge moment. Yeah. I mean, I've imagined this thing going on in my mind again and again. I don't know how many times. I didn't have to ponder around. मैंने धक्के खाए हैं, पर इतने नहीं खाए. Genuinely इतने नहीं खाए जितने बाकियों को शायद खाने पड़ते हैं. तो I'm lucky in that way. Yeah.
Firstly, congratulations on the deal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been crazy, yes.
How was it being on camera? First, like that's
Uh,
one.
Actually, I was a little intimidated at first, but they take you through the set once before you are actually in the tank. So I think that was the first time when I saw the set, and I was a little intimidated, and I got a few chills. Uske baad, when I entered the tank, I was smooth. I think all my chills faded away for some reason. I just thought that I have to take it like a regular conversation, and that's how I approached it. And I just wanted to be normal. My only concern was कि मैं freeze ना हो जाऊँ. और वो नहीं हुआ thankfully. So yeah, it went well.
So, tell me about the deal. Tell me about how, because I think what you see on screen is just a certain percentage of the whole thing
Right.
that has happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it's a long it's a long shoot. So they show about a 15-20 minute clip of that, but it
Right.
summarizes it quite well, and it takes you through every important detail. So yes, I think the deal, now everyone knows the deal. We got 60 lakhs for 6%. We got 3 sharks,
Okay.
and Anupam sir, Piyush sir, and Namita ma'am. So I'm glad. Yeah, a lot of initially when I entered, uh, I did not think of the ending. I did not even assume that I'll get a deal. I was just going with the flow. My major concern was that the product comes out, and people see the product and they understand what we are trying to bring, different in the market and where I come from. So I think that message came out across really well, and that I'm glad for. That's it. Yeah.
So, talking about your brand, Namita also said that she took her words back.
Kare, that
How
was
were
that
you
was
feeling
when.
having the conversation with her?
So Namita initially, I don't come from Bombay, so I don't know what Crawford Market is. So when she said Crawford Market, I said, ठीक है, मतलब must be something like a छोटी flea market type कुछ होगा. So I said maybe हो सकता है कि हो वहाँ पे products. I really don't know. I've never been there. But then she went back, and so I had set up a good display, and I'd made sure that more products are visible, because my entire USP lies in my variety and
Right.
exploring different concepts. If I would have shown 2-3 boxes, maybe I couldn't have explained why I am different. So when she saw all the titles, and she took at least 15-20 minutes, she was standing around and she was looking at all the boxes. And then when she came back and said this, I think that was the point when I thought that I've really won the show right now. And even if the deal does not go through, even if the money does not come in the bank, for me this was the biggest achievement and accomplishment, that she said it's a big deal to say it, right? That she's taking her words back, and I was like, thank God. I mean, I couldn't express it at that time because I was so overwhelmed. I was like, okay. Because all of a sudden she comes and says that I'm sorry. I said, what happened? Now what did I do? So, but yeah, that was a really, really huge deal, and that was bigger than getting the checks. So for me, yeah.
So, it's a kind of an interrogation that, all 5 sharks are at you and asking you questions and
Right.
trying to understand what your business is. Do you think it was at any point a little nervous that you would answer something in another way and it would take down the thrill or anything?
At that point, actually, no. Like I said, I was taking the approach very organically, and I took it like a normal conversation. So I'm very passionate when it comes to my business, right? Because it's not a buzzword for me कि चलो कुछ DIY कुछ नया करते हैं, चलो कुछ स्टार्टअप बनाते हैं IIT से निकल के, ये वो. मैं ऐसा हूँ नहीं. तो मेरे लिए I have spoken a lot about my business to a lot of people, right? Not to very huge personalities, but whenever you're talking to your friends, they ask you what you do. So I am very passionate when it comes to that, and that's how I was at that point of time. And I think that was a blessing for me, because I was also nervous, yeah. Like I mentioned in the tank also, I've been watching Shark Tank for the last 15 years. People in India didn't even know about Shark Tank,
Right.
and probably जितना भी business के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत सीखा है मैंने Shark Tank से ही सीखा है. And so for me it was a huge moment, yeah. I mean, I've imagined this thing going on in my mind again and again. I don't know how many times, and I was in a trance at that time. I was just, I was very different. My personality, वैसे I'm hyperactive. Honestly, if you see me in social background, I'm a little hyperactive. But at that time, I let everything go, and it was just pure business talks. And I'm glad it turned out that way. Yeah.
So, Aman told you that, have you ever wanted to, galle pe baithne ka agar aapko man gaya? That's gone very viral. And people are literally talking about it. I mean,
Uh,
what is that feeling to, go ahead with the legacy that your family has built?
I think nothing in this world can compare that feeling to anything else, no matter how many businesses you start. But if you are taking forward your lineage, and whenever you're talking to your parents, you're never really vocal about these things, right? I luckily come from a background where my dad never pushed me to get into the business. He said, yeah, yeah, explore. He even told me that you want to do masters, go. My brother is based out of India, and he has given us all the opportunities. So I happened to be in that state where I had a chance, and when I explored it, it turned out well, and it's a very very proud feeling to actually take your name and build something, and people recognizing that is something which I never actually, I never tuned myself that way that यार लोग किसी दिन कलाक्रम will become so huge. I just went with the flow. My only concern was कि यार this name means something, right? So if
Right.
anything is going in the market with this name, anyone who's buying it should have a smile on their faces, and they should be like, yeah, it's worth the money, right? It is worth it, and it's worth the time, and that was the only thing in mind whenever I'm building any new product. So ki bhai, how will the customer be happy? Sometimes the most littlest details matter, and I focus on those. For me, that is very much more important than the bigger picture. Ki bhai, what are the intricacies going inside the box, and why will I be different from anything else? I have a very basic product called a rock art kit. They are basically just rocks, right? But you turn them into something which you will probably have all your life. You paint on it. Suppose your child will paint on it, and that'll be like a cherishable thing for you. And a rock having that much of a meaning, that creates the whole story around the product. So that's how I go forward with it, yeah. And I'm proud, yeah. I'm proud I come from that background, and I'm lucky in a way that I found my calling in my own house. I didn't have to ponder around, मैंने धक्के खाए हैं, पर इतने नहीं खाए, genuinely इतने नहीं खाए जितने बाकियों को शायद खाने पड़ते हैं. तो I'm lucky in that way, yeah. So yes.
So, you got the 3 Shark deal. It's just, the beginning of Shark Tank, and very few deals are happening till now. And then now you got a 3 Shark deal. So what are you expecting out of the 3 Sharks? They have their own expertise. I mean, Namita herself.
Yes. Honestly, just to have themselves being associated with Kalakaram is a big deal for me in itself, right? मेरे को नहीं पता कि इन्वेस्टमेंट के बाद क्या होता है, कि कैसे होता है, how do you go about it, we're still in the stages of the due diligence and everything is happening. I want to just take it one thing at a time. I don't want to
Right.
overassume anything. All I know is that now, earlier I never had a very big responsibility on my shoulders. I've never really borrowed money or taken money from the outside, but I know that now I have some extra responsibilities, some additional responsibilities which I have to fulfill, right? So, little bit of pressure, not real. I don't take that much pressure, honestly. I know that my work will speak for itself, but थोड़ा सा तो है कि यार, yes, now there are some people who are looking, who are looking at me, and I need to prove them, right? So hopefully things work out well for them as well, यार. I mean, I'm glad that they came on board, but अब आगे देखते कैसे होएगा. I mean, let's take it one step at a time. That's all I'll say. So yes.
So, you mentioned that you're not from this whole circuit of taking financial raises or entering into the investment basis. So,
Correct.
what Why are you not in that circuit is my question, because
I,
I think everyone right now wants to put themselves there.
yeah, uh, that's a very simple answer for me. Most of the people right now are talking about accelerating growth, right?
Right.
People are not talking about profitability and sustainability. Building sustainable business is still not the topic of discussion in most of these events, right?
Correct.
They're only looking at numbers. For me, I'm coming from an e-commerce background. I know how easy it is to make boost up numbers and to show because it's all about ads, right? आज की डेट में Amazon पे मैं अगर 30 लाख रुपए की एड चला के 60 लाख रुपए की सेल कर रहा हूँ, कर दूंगा आराम से, तो इसका मतलब ये
Hmm.
नहीं कि मैं कुछ कमा रहा हूँ. Right? For me, like I said, that profitability is very important. If I'm not profitable, my staff will be at stake, and I will, for me, each and every person who is associated with the organization has to grow with me, and that will only happen if I have funds, and the funds have to come from the business. अगर मैं सिर्फ सेल्स एक्सेलरेट करने की बात करता रहूँगा और बाहर से पैसे लेके पंप करता रहूँगा, तो वो बहुत बड़ी डील नहीं है, और वो मैं
Correct.
कभी नहीं करूँगा. तो इसीलिए मैं दूर रहता हूँ. मेरे को लगता है कि यार आई वांट टू स्टे आउट ऑफ इट. आई डोंट वांट टू बी fascinated by all these things. Sometimes I also think, yeah, I'm growing a little slow. But that my dad is who puts me down, puts me on the ground. He says that you're going fine. We don't want to run, right? It's the brand is just 1.5 year old, but I've been in the business for the last 7 years in the same category, and I understand everything which is going around. It's not like I'm not aware of this entire network and the investor and startup circuits, but I have a lot of friends also who are involved in it. But myself, I'm never intrigued. There's a lot of noise going around here, and people need to talk about actual things. Build a
Correct.
sustainable brand, build a business which can go on for a generation, and everyone should benefit from it, not just pumping money, dumping sales, and then just vanishing all of a sudden. Where you just owe everyone everything. And what about the people who have been associated with you for so long? They don't have anything else to look at. So I owe it to them. So that's why I am backing off from it. But Shark Tank, yes, Shark Tank. Like I said, Shark Tank मेरे लिए पैसों के लिए was secondary. It was always for the love I have for the show, the love I have for entrepreneurship, and the love I've probably grown up from it. So it just happened, yeah. So yes.
So you
So,
rightly said that, startups में sustainability बहुत ज़रूरी है. And to be very honest, I have come across so many such brands which pump up initially, they go viral, things are amazing, and then suddenly they vanished. There's nothing left out of them. So it's very important that, if you're building a brand, especially in a country like India where startup is right now at its booming speed, I would say.
true.
I mean, हर कोने में एक आपको नया business, नया startup शुरू होता मिल जाएगा. And it's
Right.
not just, I would say,
That,
2019.
yeah, that is why it's all the more important right now. It's very,
Yeah,
very important to talk about sustainability, talk about profitability, talk about the hidden costs which no one is aware of. They will only be aware of maybe a year or 2 years down the line when the balance sheets would have gone nuts. And
correct.
it gets really difficult after a point of time to go back. Assuming that one day you will be profitable, and then you will start, you will start taking out net profits. That is the worst. That is the worst thing for me. When we reach 100 million, then I think probably we'll have a million of profit. You will never, that's a very, very, very rare case scenario. And we should never work on such scenarios. Yeah, we should work on we should work on what we have, and just it should be slow. Yeah, it should be an organic process. Building a company is not a एक रात का काम तो नहीं है, और 1 साल 2 साल आज मैंने 100 करोड़ किया, अगले साल 100 करोड़ किया, मैं 500 करोड़ करूंगा. I don't get attracted to these things at all.
So, do you think that the monetary social media marketing is more important, or the organic, word of mouth marketing is more important? What is your take on it?
No, marketing when done with the metrics kept in mind. Marketing is very important, but the metrics are more important. Your cost to sales, advertising cost to sales, ACOS, your ROAS, those should be monitored, right? It's very important to spend on marketing. Like if I tell you, if I have to look at my ACOS and everything. If my ACOS is 20%, that means I'm only spending 20% of my actual gross sales in marketing, which is the allocated unit economics, which I've placed 20% in my MRP structure. Spending 50 to 60% of your sales on marketing means that you are putting money from your pocket, right? So initially you're spending, say, at least 20, 30 lakhs and getting 5 lakhs of sales, and having a turnover of 50 lakhs, saying that we do a turnover of 50 lakhs, that does not count. For me, that is bogus. It's nothing, right? So yeah, I think that marketing is very important. All kinds of marketing, not just social media. Every kind of marketing is very important, but keeping the metrics in mind, keeping the future, not keeping just the future in mind कि एक दिन हाँ जब 100 करोड़ हो जाएंगे तो ये 5 करोड़ छोटे हो जाएंगे हमारे लिए. अभी कितना है उसके हिसाब से मार्केटिंग करो organically, and then the word of mouth will spread. If you see my listings any across all the e-commerce platforms, you'll hardly see maximum reviews I've had is 100 200 reviews on one of my bestsellers. On an average it's about 15 to 20 reviews on most of my products. I haven't pushed sales on Amazon or any other e-commerce platforms because it's actually a night's job for me. कि रात को मैं अपना बजट एड बजट आज मैं अगर 2 लाख का कर दूंगा तो मेरी कल 4 लाख और सेल हो जाएगी, बट वो फिर जेम से मेरा 1 लाख रुपए जाएगा, उसका फायदा नहीं.
So, do you think Shark Tank gave you a boost when it comes to the?
Of course, 100%. There's no doubt in that. I mean, it has changed things for me, drastically. Honestly, it's just been 2 days since the episode aired. But you hear about these things, right? Ki I came on Shark Tank and the sales started boosting, booming. I hardly had 4-5 visitors on my website. I've never done SEO, never done SEM, never done Google keywords on my website. कभी एक भी पैसा नहीं लगाया हुआ आज तक मैंने. I was waiting for the right moment. But I think this gave at least a 3-year push to my sales. अगर मैं organically वो SEO करना चाहता तो मेरे को 1 या 2 साल लग जाते उन keywords पे रैंक करने में.
Yes.
उसके अलावा of course people are acknowledging the products. I've got a lot of messages from moms thanking, saying that thank you that you bought such a product, and you're trying to put in this world filled with technology. I want people to take a break and get away from technology for a bit, right? De-tech yourself, right? So just unwind and chill. I mean, so that was the message, and it came out across really well, and people are appreciating it. It's been overwhelming. It's been really overwhelming for me. I stay away from all the limelight, and so yeah, it's been really crazy after Shark Tank.
So now, are you introducing more products, or you still pushing on what you have right now?
The plan is still the same, yeah. Whatever we had in plan for this quarter in terms of products, it'll be the same. I'm not trying to milk the opportunity so that I just pump in products right now in the market because there's a word of mouth. People are asking for it. That I would not want to do. I want ki let's just stick to the plan. The most important thing is whatever inquiries we are getting, whatever customers who are coming through any channel, they should be attended to in the most best possible manner, and that's what I'm training my guys for. That just attend to everyone, no matter if they just want to say hi. Some people just want to say hi and acknowledge and say that you were great. Just please give them a very positive reply and thank them, because these are the people who will make the brand, right? It is because of them which we will be able to build a good business. So take every person with utmost seriousness, and that's what we are doing. So I think most of my time is going in that only. I am personally handling most of the inquiries, and that's how I want to go, yaar. Baki, yes, e-commerce platforms पे there'll be more traction, and we are just focusing on inventory. जो है अभी वही है. Inventory कम नहीं होनी चाहिए. That will be a bad thing that people are not able to place the order even if they want to. But in that ways we are good enough because we are coming from a B2B model, right? We always have good stocks because हमारा पूरा network ही based उस पे है. We supply only bulk orders. So hopefully that will help me going through this entire phase. Yes.
So you had mentioned that you want to create a restaurant or a cafe.
अरे
It's
यार,
the same.
I had mentioned, and I'll tell you exactly what had happened. So Anupam had told me what's your bigger vision. I said that, and this has never ever, I've never spoken about this to anyone in my life, not even my father. Right, my father being my partner in the company has no idea about this. And art cafes was always a very passionate thing to me because I have seen this concept earlier. It's not that it's not never happened before, but I want to
Yes.
tweak it a little and make it more related to DIY, not just art. Like you can explore any new hobby, right? Suppose maybe pottery, maybe make your own candles, maybe make your own soap, some organic stuff, some organic cosmetics. That we want to incorporate in that thing, but it's I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But the level of inquiries I'm getting regarding that, and people are asking for franchisees of the cafe, which basically does not exist. What do I tell them? So I'm saying that please give me some time, and it will happen eventually. Of course, it will happen. That is the bigger picture for me. And right now there is nothing, no plan of that. I did firstly focus on my products and the market and tapping into the retail market and focusing on the online sales is the primary importance for me right now.
But right now I think the workshops that you mentioned has
Hmm.
become very trend based. I mean,
Yes,
I
yes,
see it here in Mumbai a lot.
of course. I'll tell you what. What our bigger plan is that we don't want to do this alone. I won't be doing this alone, right? I would require all the professionals who are
Correct.
into these hobbies, and I will be associating them with me. We'll be building a full community of artists and creators and people who have been doing it at a very small level at their own houses, doing a very small business, maybe making soaps from their houses, maybe making candles from their houses. I want to get them on board, and I want to build a full network, and then we take it forward, because without them मेरे को तो नहीं आता ना यार, मैं नहीं बना सकता कैंडल्स. ठीक है, मतलब बना लूंगा, लेकिन आई एम नॉट रियली गुड विद हैंडलिंग द वर्कशॉप्स. So these are the people who will take it forward, and we will be building for the team for that. They will be the face of Kalakaram in those areas. So yes, it'll happen organically, it'll happen step by step. एक दिन में तो नहीं हो पाएगा, थोड़ा टाइम तो लगेगा. Yes.
But I think that has created a lot of buzz and people
Yes,
are
it has.
waiting to have it there.
Yes, it has created a lot of buzz. People are asking for franchisee. अब मैं क्या बोलूँ उनको कि franchisee कैसे दूँ? मेरे पास खुद का स्टोर नहीं है. स्टोर खोलने से पहले थोड़ी franchisee, और होएगा यार. It'll be great if it happens sooner than I expect. But I won't take my attention away from what is going on, my supply network, the people who have trusted me before all Shark Tank thing. Those are the people who should never be, I will never lose their importance for me. And so yeah, वो तभी होएगा. We have a solid team, and we'll build a solid team, and then we will put this into
Aman
action.
wanted to invest in you no matter what, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, yeah, and unfortunately did not. I really love Aman, yaar. I mean, really love his work. He's also very chilled out, and I
Right.
relate to him in that way. But maybe sometime in future, yeah, I would really want to connect with him in future and see what we can do. I mean, I think Shark Tank is not the end of it, right?
Right.
The more the merrier. I mean, आगे जाके अगर Aman, if I connect with him and something works out, why not? So I always keep my options open. Uh, Meeting them was a big deal for me, yaar. बाकी सब कुछ secondary.
So, if not money, there are two types of deals that I've come across. That if not money, you could, even ask for the hours of expertise. So would you go for that option as well if ever gotten an opportunity?
You asking between money and mentorship? You're asking? Yeah, 100% for mentorship. Yeah, for expertise any day. I mean, I am a crazy learner. I just want to learn, and I want, अगर मैं कुछ सीख रहा हूँ किसी से, तो that is much more valuable than money. यार. Money eventually comes and goes. Money has never been the main point of concern for me, and it'll never be. So I would have definitely gone for mentorship any day.
So any message for the budding entrepreneurs or who are trying ahead into strategizing a startup?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't consider myself such a big personality to give big advices to anyone. So, but simple itna hai yaar ki be true to yourself. Uh, be true, be honest, and focus on your team and product. That's it. Product and team is what will make the business. Don't run after funds. Don't run after investments. uh, one if you are putting in your 100%, things will happen eventually, and just build a sustainable brand so that don't ever think कि भाई एक दिन बेचेंगे तभी पैसा मिलेगा. ये मत सोचना यार कभी काम करने टाइम. So I would never really like that strategy. So that's it.
All right, I wrap it up here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It
It's
was a
been a
great
pleasure.
conversation.